Klobby has phoned up.
Oh!
Right, Klobster.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Klobby.
How you going?
Great,
right.
Klobby. How are
Have
you?
you missed us,
Good to hear
Klobby?
from you guys again.
Have you missed us?
Yeah, of course.
We missed you, Klobby. We missed you.
He's mocking again. He says, you haven't missed us at all, Klobby, have you?
Looking forward to a good Euros and everything. I did
we
make
phoned
a
up for,
few
Klobby?
statements last week that I felt that the England team was very young but very promising, and the midfield still worries me. But I think what Southgate might do, which, you know what? Why not go for it? Obviously, Henderson, I would love him to play, because I think if he plays as a holding player, that would allow Foden to go forward, Bellingham to go forward, and allow them to do what they have done for their clubs. Because you need that bit of experience there to be able to allow them to have the space and everything. Because in international football, it's very difficult to get space, because tactics are much more than they are in normal football, which is what I've noticed in pre-international practice, that the tactics are far more greater, and you don't get the space that you normally would in league matches.
But he's not fit right now, Henderson, is he?
That's
He's only
the
played.
problem.
So you don't.
That is the problem.
That's the problem.
Can he take a chance and say, look, we do need him in the side, but he's not fit. He's not match fit. So who do you put there as a holding player? That's what
Rice is the simple answer, isn't he?
Yeah, Rice is, but he's inexperienced against these really top international midfield.
But you've got no
players.
choice,
That's
though.
what Henderson has. He has that experience.
Yeah, but you've got to have fitness over experience.
But he's got to have fitness. That's the problem. But look, I've been thinking about it. I don't think England will win it, because I just don't think they're experienced enough. You've got some great national sides out there. Spain, France, the champion, Germany, who I didn't think before the tournament, but because their under-21s won yesterday, I've got a nasty feeling about the Germans. They won 6-0 tonight, so maybe they're going to surprise us. Yeah. I'd love England to really do well in the tournament, but you know, guys, that the Euros is much tougher than it is the World Cup, because you've got all the best European teams. In the World Cup, you can always have surprises, and they can play each other, and then you can.
True.
You can.
Probably right. You can have surprises.
I don't think the Euros is tougher than the World Cup, because in the World Cup you've got Argentina and Brazil and Uruguay.
Except except in the South Americans, but you've got all the European teams, Germany, France.
You get them in the World Cup.
Yes, you do, but you find though, guys, that the Euros are much stronger. Look, you've got the Belgium, the number one team.
They're in the World Cup.
France, the world champion.
In the World Cup.
Yeah, but Brazil are not. Everybody talks about Brazil all the time, but they haven't done anything.
I think
Brazil haven't done anything.
They didn't do anything in the last World Cup. And
He's right.
They didn't do anything in the World Cup before.
Stinks.
So let's
Klobby, I hate misquoting people. Am I right in saying that you're saying the Euros is harder to win than the World Cup?
Much stronger. I've spoken to lots
very
of
strong.
people.
What teams are in the Euros
that
are strong that aren't in the World Cup?
What I'm saying is, guys, is that to win the Euros,
you've got
to go past teams like France.
Greece won the Euros. Greece haven't won the World Cup, to my knowledge.
Good team, Greece.
Portugal won the Euros, current holders.
That was a one-off.
Portugal?
One-off.
Okay, Denmark. Was that one-off?
It's one-off.
Yeah, but Denmark had some good players in those teams.
But they weren't world champions, were they?
He's right.
That's a two-off.
How many times has Argentina won the World Cup in the last 20 years? None.
Well, there's only been 5 World Cups.
Haven't won it.
How many times have Belgium won it? How many times have Belgium won it?
They're the only.
How many times have England won it?
Strong South American.
How many times have Holland won it?
Think about it.
Just think about it.
Come on, you think about it.
No,
a competition with Argentina and Brazil has to be more difficult.
Who usually gets through to the semi-finals in the World Cup? The European teams.
You just pulled that stat out the air, Klobby. I would say, actually, you're wrong. I would say more often than not that South American teams get to the semi-finals.
Well, who got to the semi-finals this time, then?
England and Croatia. It's two, yeah. Klobby's right there.
Yeah.
Who are the other two? France and Belgium, right? So Klobby's right there.
Right.
Klobby, I'm backing you up here, Klobby.
Teams are much stronger.
Klobby, the World Cup is more difficult to win than the Euros.
Sorry?
The World Cup is more difficult to win than the
No,
Euros.
it's not. It's the Euros is much more tougher. Much tougher.
But Klobby, you get the same teams in the Euros.
It doesn't make any difference. You are going to find, and England are going to find, that you're going to be up against some top teams, even in the quarterfinals.
Top team stinks.
Yeah?
2014, Brazil and Argentina got to the semis, Klobby.
England played Klobby in the last 16. Who do you think they might play in the last 16?
Klobby.
The last 8, I think it is.
Klobby.
In this Euro.
Who would you rather play, right? Czech Republic or Brazil?
Well, Brazil are not a spectacular side.
Answer the question. Who would you rather play? Who would you rather play, Scotland or Argentina? Just answer that one.
Yeah, but you're just dismissing. Now you're dismissing the Czech Republic and Scotland.
No, I'm asking you a question. Just answer the question. Who would you rather play, Czech Republic or Brazil?
I'm not saying
Czech Republic or Brazil.
Stages. When you get into the knockout stages, right,
Klobby, you're talking nonsense.
Top teams. Yes, you will.
Klobby, you're going to have the European teams in the World Cup.
Stronger. They are much stronger.
Who are?
Look at what the last 8 teams will be.
Who's much stronger?
The last 8 teams could well be Spain, Belgium, Germany, Portugal, you name
England.
it.
Don't you dare leave England out, Klobby.
Why can't you get those 8 teams in the?
Because it doesn't always happen that way. Because you've got the South American sides.
He's right. Doesn't always happen like that.
Which are better? Which are better?
Which are
better? They're better, Klobby, aren't they?
Teams have won.
Klobby, are they better?
Why do you think the Europeans wanted to have more teams in the World Cup?
I don't think I can do it anymore. This job. I don't think I can do it. I think I've reached the end of it. I don't think anyone on the planet, apart from you, thinks the Euros is more difficult to win than the World Cup. Bearing in mind that all the teams in the Euros go to the World Cup. And you get teams like Greece and Portugal win the Euros, and Denmark.
When the Euros start, you'll see how difficult.
No, okay, Klobby, give me an outsider that won the World Cup. Give me an outsider. Give me a
England.
Give me an outsider that won the World Cup. Give me a Greece that won the World Cup.
There's hardly anybody being outside the teams that have won in the past.
Why do you think that is?
Look at all the.
Why do you think that is, Klobby?
Countries that have won.
Is it because it's the most difficult competition in the world to win?
Outsider.
Is it because it's the most difficult? Klobby, is it because it's the most difficult competition in the world to win that you don't get an outsider?
It is very difficult to win the Euros.
It's very difficult to win the World Cup.
Yes, but. You know, I'd have to be in the studio where you guys.
Klobby,
no, there's no way that's happening,
Klobby.
Klobby.
Any sense.
Klobby, don't give up. Don't let him. Klobby.
You're really not making any sense at all.
No, Klobby.
In the last World Cup, in the last 4, how many European teams were in the last 4 in the World Cup? 3 of them.
Go on, Klobby.
Brazil didn't even get there. Argentina got knocked out.
Yeah, I just had a bad tournament too.
Go on, keep going, Klobby.
Yes. The World Cup before that, how many teams got into the top 4?
Have you got the answers, Klobby? Because I haven't got the answers. I'm hoping you're going to give us the answers. I haven't got them.
Okay. Look, check for yourselves.
Yeah, check.
Yeah, but Klobby, this is my point. That those teams will be playing in the Euros will also be playing in the World Cup with the South American giants.
Oh, my goodness.
Like Argentina. Like Brazil. Yeah?
Klobby's not. Klobby, I can hear Klobby.
Yeah.
He's actually stunned into silence.
I'm completely exasperated.
He's exasperated into silence.
Klobby, I just can't understand how a competition with just European. Listen, Klobby, listen. I'll say it right. How can a competition with just Europeans be more difficult to win than the competition with Europeans and massive South American teams?
As I said before,
yeah, go on, explain it.
What you're going to find when the latter stages happen in the Euros, instead of like maybe having Brazil against some other normal European side, you're going to have like Germany and France playing each other. Then you may have Belgium and France playing each other. Then you might have England and Spain playing each other. That's what I'm saying. In the last 8, you're going to have some seriously strong sides. Yes,
who would you rather? Okay, Klobby, let me ask you this: who would you rather play, right? Brazil or Holland? As an England fan, who would you rather play, Klobby? Who would you rather play, Brazil or Holland? No, answer that one, Klobby. And when you can't answer it, it means because you know you're wrong. So who would you rather play, Brazil or Holland?
People will be ringing up and
no, Klobby, listen, no, listen, Klobby, answer the question. Who would you rather play as an England fan, Brazil or Holland?
Look, both teams are very
No,
strong.
I'll
Both
ask
are
again.
very strong.
I'll ask again.
No, it stinks. Both
Who
are
would you
very
rather
strong right
play,
now.
Brazil or Holland?
Both are strong.
Who'd you rather play?
Prefer to play Brazil. I would prefer to play Brazil.
Right, you
not
think you got
Holland.
more chance to beat Brazil?
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. Well, you've just
Absolutely.
confirmed everything, Klobby. Well done.
Because Brazil haven't done anything in the last few years. Have you?
What have Holland done? What have Holland done? Tell me what Holland have done. What have Holland done? What have Holland done? What have Holland done? What have Holland done?
I don't understand. Where
What have
you're coming
Holland
from.
done? Tell me what Holland have done if Brazil have done nothing.
Most of these European sides.
What have
have
Holland
got
done,
players who
Klobby?
play for
What
the
have Holland
Champions
done? I'm going to get accused of bullying you, but you won't answer my question. What have Holland done?
Let me ask.
What have
Klobby.
Holland done,
No,
Klobby?
you two, let me ask.
I can't do
I
this
just
anymore.
don't get it.
Honestly, you don't get Klobbies on Drive. Drive's a breeze. Honestly.
This-
What have Holland done? Klobby, what have Holland
We've
done?
got him. Everyone, but we've got him.
Klobby,
Euros are
listen.
much stronger.
Klobby, you said Brazil have not done anything. What have Holland done? Ever?
Jeez almighty, I just don't believe it.
Go on, answer it.
Are you trying to wind me up?
No, answer me. What have Holland done? You said
Klobby,
Brazil
are you
haven't
exasperated?
done anything. What have Holland done?
I just
He's
Andy
aspirated.
Goldstein.
What
I
have
give up
Holland?
with
Just
you.
answer it.
I
But
give
listen,
up.
you can do the Andy Goldstein. You drive me
Seriously, I
insane.
give up.
But answer the question.
I
What
give up.
have Holland done? You can't come on national radio and make claims and say Brazil haven't done anything. They
They
have.
haven't done anything in the last
Right.
20 years.
What have
They haven't
Holland
won
done in the
World
last 20 years?
Cup. No, they haven't won the World Cup.
What have Holland done in the
They've been
last
knocked
20
out More
years?
times in the quarterfinals than any other time.
Right, what
The
have Holland...
Argentinians have hardly got
Klobby,
into the
listen,
final.
I'm very close
Never
to
mind about
blocking
the
you now.
semi-final.
I'm close to... Answer my question.
Yeah, you can't
What have
get
Holland
the
done?
there before.
What have Holland done in the last 20 years? Just answer that simple question.
I'm stunned.
Nothing.
Here's a question for
Nothing.
you. Here's a question for you. Have Argentina... I want to speak to Klobby.
Hold on.
I want Klobby still there. I want Klobby still there.
No,
right?
he's gone. I'm
No,
blocking
I want
Klobby.
I
No,
want
I'm blocking him.
Just get
No,
Klobby. I want
he's
him-
done.
No, I want him to answer one
No,
question.
I can't do it
I
anymore.
want him to... Klobby,
You are
right?
talking utter
Now listen.
rubbish.
Klobby, Brazil haven't done anything.
Have Brazil won the Euros? They haven't won the Euros.
No, I'm going. I'm done.
Brazil haven't won the Euros. Klobby, you still exasperated?
I can't believe what I'm hearing now.
Klobby, I've got to work with this every single day. And if you know, imagine how I feel, Klobby.
All I can say is Andy Goldstein is completely stupid and he doesn't know what he's talking about. Full stop. Thank you. Bye.
The Sports Bar with Andy Goldstein and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday night from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.